Good evening. I'm Armando Cuellar Jr., Vice President of the Weslaco ISD Board of Trustees. This regular board meeting is being conducted in compliance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Notice of this meeting has been posted online for at least 3 business days prior to the meeting date. The time now is 5:48 p.m. and I'll call this meeting to order. I will now begin with a roll call. Mrs. Jacqueline Sustaita?
Present.
Dr. Jaime Rodriguez?
Present.
Myself, Armando Cuellar. Mr. Nieto, he could not be here. Mr. Castillo, he could also not be here. Mr. Coach Serna?
Present.
And Mr. De Los Santos just notified me that he had something pending and could not make it. Let the record reflect that we do have a quorum, and we will now begin our meeting. Invocation, Dr. Rivera.
Yes, Mr. Elias Trevino, please.
Amen. Would you be so kind to bow your heads? And gentlemen, if you're wearing a hat in reverence to the Lord, if you would please remove it. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, our Lord Jesus Christ, how great and mighty you are. We honor and magnify your holy name. God, in all situations, at all times, you are good. Nothing compares to you, and there is no one like you. We are humbled that we get to know you. We thank you for the blessing of gathering once again as a corporate body and the privilege to serve this most beautiful and thriving community of Weslaco. We are blessed to live in this community. Father, as is always our petition, we ask you to continue to bless and grant greater wisdom to our Superintendent, Dr. Richard Rivera, and our board. May your will be done in our board meetings. Help us to always maintain integrity and what you have left in our care. In our district, boys and girls, they are what matters most. Help us to never grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap a harvest of blessings. May we exhibit your love, humility, and kindness towards others. Begin that work in me. There is gratitude in our hearts for all that you have done, are doing, and will do in the days to come. May our hearts reflect the spirit of thanksgiving, not only in this season, but every day of our lives. We ask you all this in your precious, glorious, and mighty name of Jesus. And everyone says, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, dear. Item 4, Pledge of Allegiance and Texas Pledge.
I'll
Dr.
call
Rivera?
on Mr. Buttimer.
Good evening. At this time, we'd ask everyone to please stand, remove any caps, place their right hand over their heart, and face the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'd ask everyone to remain standing, right hand over their heart, and face the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee. Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Mr. Buttimer. Item 5, Awards and Recognitions and Proclamations. Dr.
I'll
Rivera?
call on Mr. Carlos Robledo.
Yes, sir. Coach Cuellar, Dr. Rivera, members of the board, tonight we want to congratulate and honor many of our students who are having just a great semester here at Weslaco ISD. So how about we give a round of applause to our Weslaco East High School Wildcat Regiment as they enter the room. So we want to congratulate the Weslaco East High School Wildcat Regiment for receiving a Division I superior rating at this year's UIL Pigskin Marching Contest. Our band students delivered spectacular shows with amazing music and marching precision. Representing the Wildcat Regiment are the drum majors and the section leaders. Let's give them another round of applause. And parents, if you're here, can you please stand if you recognize parents? And we'd also like to recognize their band director, Armando Cuellar. Mr. Cuellar? Okay, we'll take a photo. Once again, congratulations to our students. Up next, we would like to congratulate, and how about a round of applause for our next group of students, the Weslaco Panther Corps. So tonight we want to congratulate the Weslaco Panther Corps for receiving a Division I superior rating in this year's Pigskin Marching Contest. The Panther Corps concluded their marching season as Area 28 finalist, tying for third place. Representing the Corps tonight are also the drum majors and section leaders. How about we give them a round of applause? We also want to recognize their band director, Rodrigo Leal. Mr. Leal. And if their parents are here, can they please stand and be recognized? Parents? All right. And photos are already done. Congratulations. How about another round of applause for the Panther Corps? All right. They are coming. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next, we want to congratulate the water polo team from Weslaco High School. How about a round of applause as they enter the room? So tonight we want to congratulate the Weslaco High School boys water polo team. They recently won a District 31 6A championship and a bi-district championship. This is the second year of their program, and they finished the season with an impressive 9-1 record. Several Panthers also won individual postseason distinctions. And we'd also like to recognize their head coach, David Ortiz. Let's give them a round of applause. And parents, if you're here, can you please stand and be recognized? Parents. All right. Congratulations once again. Y'all may exit that way. All right, how about we give a round of applause to the Weslaco High School boys cross country team as they enter the room. As you can see and you can hear, they have plenty of hardware with them because they were so successful. This evening, we want to congratulate the Weslaco High School boys cross country team for their District 32 5A championship title. This is the third time they have won district championship. They also won back-to-back Region 4 championships. And at state, they won third place, bringing home a bronze medal. How about we give them a round of applause? Several team members also won postseason distinctions, and we also want to congratulate Aaron Nava as the individual district champion. And we also want to congratulate their head coach, Tom Owens. Yes. We also have Coach David in the back as well, assistant coach. Thank you very much, Coach, for being here. Parents, if you're here, parents, can you please stand and be recognized, parents? All right. Once again, congratulations on quite an accomplishment, especially bringing home that big plaque all the way from state, third place. Congratulations. All right. How about another round of applause? We have our girls team from Weslaco ISD High School. We want to recognize them this evening as well. So tonight, on the girls' side, we want to congratulate the Weslaco ISD High School cross-country team. They were crowned 32-5A district champions. Let's give them a round of applause. And we also want to congratulate the girls cross-country individual district champion, Maddie Castillo. Their head coach is Josh Davis. Congratulations, Coach Davis. And we also want to recognize their parents. Parents, please stand and be recognized. All right. Photos? Good. Congratulations, ladies. Tonight, we celebrate our campuses that have successfully increased attendance during the second 6 weeks of school, meeting and surpassing our average daily attendance goals, benefits our district, and most importantly, our students. So the following elementary schools met or surpassed the attendance goal of 96%. We'll start off with Tony Rico Elementary. Up next, we have Kleckler Held Elementary. Margot Elementary. Gonzales Elementary. Memorial Elementary. I'm going to slow down. And Silva Elementary. Those are our elementary campuses. The following middle schools met or surpassed the attendance goal of 95%. We'll start off with B. Garza Middle School. Cuellar Middle School. And we also want to recognize Central Middle School. The following high school met or surpassed the attendance goal of 94%. South Palm Gardens High School. Congratulations. How about a round of applause one more time for our principals? And that concludes our awards and recognitions. Coach Cuellar, yes.
Item 6, public comments.
We have one.
Okay, state your name and address, and then Dr. Rodriguez will read a narrative before you make your presentation.
Diana Garza, 1011 East 10th Street, Mercedes.
Mrs. Garza, pursuant to the Texas Open Meeting Act, the Board of Trustees may not deliberate on any comment made by a member of the public on a subject that is not included on the agenda posted with notice of this meeting. As per the Texas Attorney General, the scope of board discussion for a subject not part of the meeting agenda is limited to only proposal by a board member to place a subject on a future board agenda. Specific factual information or recitation of existing policy may be furnished in response to inquiries, but the board shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is not included on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. Audience participation at a board meeting is limited to the portion of the meeting designated for that purpose. All other times during a board meeting, the audience shall not enter into discussion or debate on matters being considered by the board unless recognized by the presiding officer. No public comment presentation shall exceed 3 minutes. Any disruptive behavior by any speaker may result in the speaker's removal from participation in the meeting. Please be mindful of using names or personally identifiable information, as there is no immunity from defamatory comments while participating in public comments. And I'll start the timer when you start your presentation, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Rivera, school board trustees, students, staff, parents. First and foremost, I want to thank God for giving me the ability to be right here and stand before you. So with that being said, I want to address item 10H, Business and Finance Department. I strongly believe that people running departments such as that should be a person that's a people person, one that can work as a team player with every staff member under his supervision to create an environment that is conducive to operating effectively for the betterment of every staff, student at Weslaco ISD. The next agenda item is 13B4, Megan Rios versus Weslaco ISD. So I find it kind of awkward that there's 2 board members missing, or 3, yeah. Okay, so anytime, one too many times, employees mess up, and what do they want to do? Sue Weslaco ISD. Weslaco ISD is not going to terminate or put anybody on non-renewal because you did something real great. So with that being said, I strongly suggest that you all consider letting the jury decide. That's not for you all to be deciding. If they did wrong, why should you be rewarding them with taxpayers' monies once they mess up? That's the first thing they want to do, line their pockets at the expense of taxpayers and our boys and girls. So thank you in advance for taking that into consideration. Let the jury decide. The next thing I want to address is that recently there was a, the Risk Management Department set up the mandatory open enrollment for voluntary products. I cannot speak about the setups at throughout the school district, at campuses, departments, but I know for Weslaco ISD, for central office, it was at the lobby in a small conference area with 3 agents and 3 staff members there, everybody listening to everybody's business. I sent an email out, and the manager disregarded my concern for the rest of the staff members that felt that shared the same sentiment. I got to meet with Mr. Jason Everett, and I thank him because I was able to discuss my personal business on health and products in privacy. And I think every Weslaco ISD employee should be awarded that privacy. There's plenty of offices throughout the district, schools that are empty, have empty areas, so that they can be awarded with that privacy that they deserve. So Jason Everett, I thank you again for meeting with me. I was able to discuss everything I needed to. The next thing I want to address is that I haven't forgotten that a year ago I submitted for a public information request on the board member misconduct
Time's up, ma'am.
allegations. I haven't forgotten. Let's be transparent and provide me with that. What are the findings? Thank you, and God bless Weslaco ISD.
Thank you, Ms. Garza. Item 7, Superintendent Report, Dr. Rivera.
Let me start with student enrollment. And you can see that on November the 8th, last year, we had 16,289 students. This November, a year later, the enrollment stood at 16,053. As of today, it's 16,020. So we are going down on the enrollment. You can see that the difference in enrollment, the 236 at a 95% attendance, equals to about almost $2 million. So we're missing our students. We want for them to come back. We're making every effort we can to get them back into the district. So that's a lot of money. Now, even though it's 236, other districts are losing 1,000, 500, 600. So there are different reasons, and we're trying to find out why these kids are leaving Weslaco ISD. On A, we have almost 900 out-of-district transfers, and the vast majority of these transfers come from Donna, Mercedes, Edcal Chelsea, and Progreso. So on B, as you can see, less students means less teachers. Teachers have to be reduced by attrition beginning next year. So we'll probably lose up to 10 teachers through attrition. When they resign or retire, we're just not going to replace them. Again, less students means less teachers, and we cannot be overstaffed. On C, the budget is based on 14,500. After the first 6 weeks, we have the average is 14,511, just barely over. Higher than 14.5 means more state monies. Lower than 14.5, less state monies. On page 3, I want to show you the second 6 weeks attendance report. And as a whole, the goal is 96. And I can tell you that compared to other districts, we are doing real good. I want to commend our principals, our teachers, our staff, our parents, Diana Garza, who makes a lot of these visits where the kids don't come to school. So you can see 11,824 to 11,625. You can see the percentage. Collector held. The goal again is 96. Collector held 97.2. Margot 97.1. Memorial 96.4. Rico 96.2. Silva 96.1. Gonzalez 95.7. And 4 are slightly under. North Bridge 95.4. Ibarra 95.3. Sam Houston 95.1. Airport 95.1. So again, these are very good numbers, and it takes a lot of hard work. And again, I want to commend all the ones that I mentioned. You can see the enrollment. The enrollment, you can see that only Margot from 1089 to 1120, and Ibarra slightly higher. So the other ones, other schools have less kids than what they had last year. So only Margot and Ibarra have more kids than last year. I want to commend the principals because they do a fantastic job. And again, all the ones that I mentioned, staff, parents, Diana Garza, all the ones that I mentioned. On page 4, these are the middle schools. The goal here is 95, and you can see that the highest one was Central, 95.6, B. Garza, 94.7, Mary Hogue, 94.7, and Cuellar, 93.8. Again, the goal is 95. Secondary, I've been in secondary, and it's a little harder because for different reasons. But again, I want to commend all 4 principals because they're working very hard, again, with their staff and all the ones that I mentioned earlier. As far as the enrollment, you can see that Central Middle School is the only one that's slightly higher than last year. I'm sorry. Yeah, B. Garza. B. Garza is the only one slightly higher, 920. 4 more students, and the rest also very, very close. Again, I want to commend our middle schools because they work also very, very hard. On page 5, we have the high schools. South Palm Gardens, the highest, 96.5, and she's always very high, even though she has less kids. But if she has more absences, she will not have this goal, 96.5. I understand Ms. Wells goes, if you're absent, she's going to go out there and find you. So she does a very good job with the enrollment. So I want to commend her, 96.5. The 2 high schools, even though they're not at the goal, compared to other high schools, they're doing real good. So again, I commend our high schools too. And the only one, again, you can see the enrollment, Weslaco High 2695, this year 2724, slightly higher, not that much. Same thing for East. Last year 2052, this year 2046. So again, great job to our schools and our parents for having their kids attend school. On page 6, this is the update on the Mary Hogue track. Again, this is the last one. Cuellar, B. Garza, and Central are complete. We had a little problem with Mary Hogue because of the clay in the soil. So the goal here is to have this ready by March. And again, the kids and principals, the parents, everyone's very happy that we don't have to bus the kids anymore because they have their own track. And this was done through the bond proposition C. On page 7, an update on the supper program. I mentioned this last month, but I have a video presented that I want to show you all. But let me start first by saying the supper meals are available to everyone in the district at no cost, and these are after school hours. And there's different kinds of food being served from Asian. They're now available. So again, high participation. So can we show that video?
While we wait, I'll break the silence real quick. This supper program, it's not just for kids in A's or for the kids, it's anybody can go after school
Yes.
and get a meal.
Yes.
And what time does it start?
It starts after 4, I believe. I'm not sure what time.
And it ends at,
So the primary kids who do participate is those that are participating in the ACE program.
okay.
But again, it's open to
Yeah.
all 0 to 18-year-olds, and it's following that time of the ACE program. So
4 to 6.
Then about 4?
Okay.
It's after school, and these WISD students are hungry. After enjoying an hour of enrichment activities, it's now supper time and are in line for a delicious meal.
The district is bringing back the supper program to offer the students a hearty meal to keep them energized.
At Gonzales Elementary, the cafeteria is packed with boys and girls. On the menu is popcorn chicken, one of the most popular dishes.
The students receive a hot meal filled with protein, whole grains, fruits and vegetables, and dairy. We offer popular items that the children enjoy. For example, cheeseburgers, popcorn chicken, corn dogs, hot ham and cheese hoagies.
It's available to any individuals in the community 18 years of age and under at participating campuses. Both high schools and 9 elementary schools provide a service for free.
I like to go to the cafeteria to be with my friends and talk and have a good meal.
It feels good because I can talk with my friends, and at home, I don't have to eat at home.
Which works out perfect for parents.
At work, so as soon as I pick him up, I know that he's already fed, and I don't have to hurry and make another dinner for him.
That him is her son Leo, a 5th grade student who admits to looking forward to the servings and always has a positive attitude when he's picked up.
It's important to eat a meal because you have energy to run, jump, and walk.
With rising food costs, the supper program takes away some of the burden financially.
It does help us at home with our grocery list, and then help us reduce that amount that we spend on groceries. It helps us keep a little money, more money in our pockets, because they're getting milk here, they're serving up fruits, and they're serving up grains.
Regardless of economic challenges, rest assured, Weslaco ISD will continue to provide the best possible services for our children. For KWES TV, I'm Mike Gonzalez.
Thank you. On page 9, I have, my next slide is the at-risk federally funded programs. We have been informed that the funding may end at the conclusion of this school year for bilingual migrant Title I. This is not just Weslaco, this is the whole state, the whole nation. So we have 29 positions, professional positions, that when the grants end, the people that are here will not have a job. So come May, they will not have jobs unless we do something at the district. And these professionals on Gear Up, there's 4 facilitators. They prepare students for post-secondary education. The Strong Connections Grant, we have 5 LPCs. 2 are funded with state comp. They support mental health services for students. The bilingual, we have 1 coordinator, 1 counselor. They support bilingual students academically, also with the counseling, the mental health, and other issues. The migrant, we have 1 coordinator. They support migrant students academically. The C&I content coordinators, this is the curriculum of the district. Administrators, we have 2 reading language arts, 2 math, 1 science, 1 social studies. They organize the district curriculum and training. Then the ACE grant, we have 2 district administrators and 10 campus coordinator. This is, they do the after-school tutorials and enrichment opportunities. So my task as your superintendent is to find a way to find jobs for these individuals. And the ones that I mentioned, they're administrators, they're teachers, they're counselors. So we need to fit them in first. And just to make sure, I want to assure these 29 that we're going to find something for them if the grants do not come through at the end of the year. The plan of action, again, is to go ahead and have them apply, and they will fill any unbudgeted positions that we have right now. So we have to consider them first before we do any hiring of anyone else. I want to make sure again that these 29 individuals have a job for next year comparable to what they're doing right now. My last slide, I just want to present our fund balance. We are doing very good. Next, in February, we're going to present the audit. There's some issues that have been discussed, but when it comes down to the audit, I feel very comfortable that we're going to have a good audit. And let me start with the fund balance. The fund balance, the figures that are here is of July the 1st. The auditors, when they're doing their work right now, and they'll present to the board in February. So these are preliminary figures, but they're pretty accurate. I feel comfortable with these figures. Our fund balance right now, and I'm going to round off, $71 million. TA states that we should have 90 days. They recommend it, but we don't have to have 90 days. Some districts, very few have 90 days. Weslaco, we're one of the few that have the 90-day surplus. And on F, I subtracted, this is the cafeteria nutrition. We have 13 million, so I subtracted the 13 million. So right now the unassigned fund balance is $57 million. I'm rounding off, $57 million. So this is a 3 months reserve. On D, we've already earmarked some of these one-time projects. And when we do the audit, this is gonna show as an additional fund balance, but really this amount has been spent or is being spent. And these are board-approved projects. They're not anything that we did, that did not go through the board. Some of these projects one time, for example, are the baseball, softball turf, the stadium turf, the lights, the activity buses, the yellow buses, HVAC, portable HVAC units, playground equipment, library equipment, sensory rooms, cameras. So all of these, the amount that you have here, the almost 6 million, is part of the fund balance, but it's already been spent, or we're going to spend it. So again, when the auditors come in, they're gonna show this 6 million plus the 57, because their audit runs only through the end of the year, which would be November. So we have the 3 month reserve again. We have $51 million, and this amount again is 90 days. Most districts don't have the 90 days. So as we go throughout the year with the board approval, we might decide to take some of this money out, because there's still some needs in the district. We still need some personnel. We still have projects that are not done. So if the 90 days again is 51 million, so if the board decides to go ahead and go 85 days or 80 days, you can see the amount that would be the difference. So again, we'll discuss this with the board and see if they want to use some of this money, the 90 days, to do some of the projects that are incomplete, or to hire additional personnel. And this will be to be continued, and we'll probably wait until the actual audit takes place, and from there we'll decide if the board wants to do something with the fund balance. This is my presentation. Board members, do you have any questions on any of these slides?
Let's start with Mrs. Sustaita. Do you have any questions?
I have 2 questions that I wrote down on my notes as you were presenting, Dr. Rivera, and if we can go back to the slide, it said page 3 on attendance.
Page 3, okay.
On the second 6 weeks attendance.
Yes.
No, I guess I'll just wait for it to pop up. I believe it was page 3. There we go. So I'm looking at this, and this is awesome. It's a great feeling giving all the principals that came up here that award. I just wanted to speak a little bit on my mind as a parent, because I have, how many kids in the district right now? 4. And some of my kids sometimes are absent because, for example, one time I took them to go visit a college campus. And I did not know this, but as a parent, there's the student handbook, or I forget what it's called, for what's excused or not excused as absences. So this is just an example. If your child is gone on a college visit, you have 2 days and you bring a college excuse, and it's excused, right? For funding purposes on the handbook, for funding purposes, not for credit, for funding purposes, for FSP. But my advice to parents, I did not know these things, and I know we all don't go for fun, go look at the handbook and start reading about what the rules are. But what really has helped me as a parent, that parent portal that we have, you can log in, and the school that your child is at can give it to you, and you log into this parent portal, and you have a calendar, and it tells you if your child was absent or what was the reason. Because I've already caught a few where I say, hey, wait, my kid was there this day, but maybe the teacher didn't see a list of when they were out for an activity, a school-related activity. Things happen. So if us as parents can keep an eye on our children's attendance, and the teachers are really good. You know, I tell my kids, email your teacher, let them know you're going to be out. Or if I see that they're turning absent, let me email the teacher and let them know to fix it. Or as parents, we can do those small little things that make a difference in our child's education as well as everybody else's. So that's my advice as a parent. And also sometimes we don't have access to the parent portal because you can't find the email or something happens. We also should be getting those phone calls. I know I get phone calls at 10:45 in the morning if your child is absent, Also, there's emails. If you're really good at checking your emails, they will email you and let you know your child is absent. And if you know that it's an error, or your child was at the doctor, or they're going to be there tomorrow, but fix it, because sometimes those things might go unnoticed and those absences stay. So it's good to just keep track of your child's attendance, because that really, really helps out a lot. So that's my advice for any parents listening. The parent portal, check up on the attendance on there, and you can also sign up for those emails if you're a good email person. So that was my comment on the attendance, and then the other comment on the funding for the CNI and the grants, the ones that one, right?
Yes.
That one. Okay, so this makes me very sad, because all those people are very, very important to the district. I know that they do a lot of work and help the kids. My question to Dr. Rivera, Title II programs, what is Title II? I know what bilingual is and migrant, but what are Title II programs?
Which one? The Title II?
Right.
Which one is the one you?
It says the funding may end for bilingual, migrant, and Title II programs and personnel. Who are the Title II programs and personnel?
Mr. Butler? Sonano, you want to?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, good evening, Mr. Staita. So our Title II program provide money, like for example, right now our coordinators, those who provide support for academics, are funded through our Title II program. So all our content coordinator and our bilingual coordinator are funded through the Title II.
Okay,
monies.
so the curriculum, the
Yes.
coordinators.
Yes, our CNI.
Yeah, because I've worked
Yes.
in districts that don't have
Right.
coordinators, and it's
Right. Yeah,
it's very much needed.
And that funds also some of our professional development.
Wow. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. What there was. Thank you very much. Those are my questions.
Okay, Dr. Rodriguez?
Just some comments. Great job with the ADA. I know even though our enrollment is down a little bit, we're still able to stay above that ADA mark, and great job too. I know it's a team effort. It's not one person that's responsible for that. It's a team effort, and great job to everyone with that. I know, Dr. Rivera, there's which retention stipend is tied in with the ADA? Is it for the second half of the school year?
Yeah, it's a December stipend, and we're going to give that. That
Okay.
was part of the budget. It was in the budget. So we're going to provide that.
Good.
In December. Now, the May is kind of borderline, because it's going to depend on the ADA.
On the
and
ADA.
enrollment.
I remember one of them depended
Yes,
on the ADA.
I mentioned that during the convocation, but for sure, there will be a December stipend.
Okay, good. And then great job with the supper program.
Thank you.
That's really great for our students, and the parents, so, thank you for doing
Thank you.
that. Thank you for doing that.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Thank you, Dr.
Stipend.
Rodriguez. Coach Sedna?
Well, my comment is towards our fund balance. First of all, I really want to say that I'm glad we have a very healthy fund balance. And like Dr. Rivera said, maybe we can utilize some of that. I really want to see if we can maybe agree to use some of that for, bolstering our counseling department, and especially where the needs are need, where we do have needs. And especially if we can help our kiddos with mental health, that would be something where I think we need to see if we can, address that using some of that fund balance. So it's great to have it, no doubt about it. But I think I'd like to see it utilized to where we can address some of those needs, especially with our kiddos, especially if it's going to have a direct impact on our students. So if we can maybe study that and see if we could do it. Now, the sooner the better, obviously. Hopefully we don't have to wait till February. Hopefully we can do it as early as the next board meeting. But we'll see where we go with that.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. And Dr. Rivera, as always, you've done an outstanding job of running the school district and always being conscientious of every employee. And I'm talking about every employee for the school district, and the support that you ask for, and we are there for you. You all are doing an outstanding job. Keep up the good work. The challenges are great. During the holidays, you know, we have a lot of distractions. But stay focused on what we need to keep doing. And, you know, I don't think we can ask more of you. Just keep up the good work. And Dr. Rivera, again, you've done a great job of running with the ball. So
Coach,
thank you.
But it's a team effort, beginning with the board and everyone else. It's a team effort. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, now we go to item 8, Lone Star Governance.
Coach Cuellar, I am going to make a motion to table this item for Lone Star Governance because the data, we just got it recently, so we wanted to see some other information on there that we didn't have with time. So we can table this item and bring it back in December. And it works out because December we didn't have the LSG item, so we can move all this to the December board meeting.
Okay.
So I can make a motion to table and
I'll second
bring it
that.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Slaita and a second by Dr. Rodriguez. Is there any discussion other than what you said, you know, not having the sufficient information about what we need
No,
to
and
look
I
at?
appreciate the information that was given to us. It was informative. We were just looking for a couple of other things, and I did talk to Ms. Solano before the meeting, so we were kind of in agreement about it. We can have more time, and in December we will discuss.
Good idea.
So you know what we need to address?
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Rodriguez, do you have anything
No,
to say?
I'm in agreement.
And Coachella? With all that being said, let's take it to a vote.
All right.
And we'll start with Mrs. Slaita,
Aye.
Dr. Rodriguez,
Aye.
and Coachella. Motion passes. We will table this for the next board meeting because we need more information on the issues that we're gonna discuss. With that being
And that will
said,
I'm sorry, that will include item 883.
Yes.
action item.
so we're gonna get all the items under the
Yes.
the whole umbrella of Lone Star Governance. So that will take us now to item 9. Presentations. Dr. Rivera.
Yes. At the last meeting, you all asked for a few presentations, so we're going to start off with On Our Way Back to Bonnet with Rosa Garcia.
Good evening, Dr. Rivera, members of the board. So I am going to try to wrap up 13 years that I've been at Gonzalez in 4 slides. And I just did want to say, Mrs. Sustay, that the dinner program at our campus is strictly from 4:45 to 5:15 because of guidance, or something about guidelines with the food department.
Good to know. Thank you, ma'am.
So I think the question is how do we get campuses to be, how do we get to be where we're at, pretty much, right? And I think I can speak for our colleagues as well. I think we all work toward the same goal. Specifically speaking about Gonzalez, I'm gonna say we have a culture of expectations, which then has turned into a culture of excellence as well. And so how do we do this? Well, students are the most important stakeholders on our campus. Everybody knows academically and just emotionally as well, every single student is made to feel valued. Even our tough kids, we make sure that we talk to them, we speak to them, that they feel valued, period. Everyone, all staff is held accountable for every single student on our campus. We're talking attendance, being punctual, their achievement, and their behavior. And so the next bullet is just part of that. Clearly defined expectations for behavior from, what side of the hall you walk in, to respect. I have a coach who talks to kids about manners and instruction as well. And we can't have good instruction if we don't have good behavior, so they go hand in hand. Our teachers are given quite a bit of autonomy, and I'll give you an example. We have a Fall Fest on Friday. We also have a release, so then it's like, teachers, what do you want to do? And so they decide how we take care of things on our campus. And that's minor, but it's a lot of major things that they have autonomy over, which then leads to them being empowered, and then they just take ownership of the decisions that they make, that they agree to. There is a mutual level of trust, quite a bit of transparency from me to my staff and them to me, and so then we've become a team. We have bell-to-bell instruction from August to May. My staff, my teachers know, or our staff knows that they're allowed the last week of school to plan a lot of fun activities with our kids. Besides that, it's all instruction. My support team, or our support team, has a customer service mindset. Like right now, I'll tell you, Coach Warren is my wingman. I have two right hands, my assistant principal and our instructional coach, but he's my wingman, and right now he's taking care of all the Friday activities, and that's what I mean. And he runs the support team, and they all work on all the little things to increase instructional time. Everything's about instruction. Purposeful collaboration. Our PLCs, weekly PLCs, they're practiced with fidelity. So they're usually on Fridays. Well, guess when they're having them this week? On Thursday. So our teachers know they're planning. Their PLCs, our PLCs are important, and they're student and data driven. Everything we talk about in PLCs has to do with students, student data. How can we improve it? How can we make sure they're being successful? They are 120 minutes. This year we increased them by 30 minutes. So they have 2 hours of planning. When administration does lead PLCs, we lead them. The campus leaders do. Shared practices. Our teachers have become really good about not just sharing strategies amongst the grade level, but between the grade levels. And that has really worked for us really well, where any ideas, any strategies, anytime they need planning, they'll ask for that. Multiple resources are available to staff, students, and parents. I don't think you have access to the videos, but those videos are our instructional coach will create videos. If our teachers are looking for something, she'll create a video, send it to them. We have hubs for every content area, so our teachers don't have to be looking for anything. Everything's housed in one sheet for them. And then we have Blue Bonnet support site, homework assistance on the parent portal. So if you go onto our school page, you'll see a Blue Bonnet tab on there, and there are videos linked to every single lesson in Blue Bonnet. So our instructional coach took quite a few days to take care of that, but that's available to our parents, and it's been shared out to them. Professional learning and accountability. So I think this is what has had the most impact, is any resources that are purchased follow a process. First, we have professional development for our staff, where they are learning what, and it can be anything, and I'll use SIPs because that's big in our district, right? So we provide the professional development, they're learning, and I'm gonna use internalization because that's a Blue Bonnet word, but this applies to every single content area. So our teachers will then internalize what they're being taught. The next step then is implementation, where we do quite a few learning walks, and we make sure that we provide very intentional feedback as to how we want implemented, and then how to improve what they're doing. And then the last part is modeling and coaching support. So if our teachers are struggling, I will go model a lesson. I'm gonna be honest, I usually interrupt lessons and ask them, or sometimes they'll tell me, can you model this for me? And I'm like, sure. So we model quite a bit. We set up peer observations. We practice, we recommend best practices, and again, a lot of intentional feedback, and then lesson internalization conversations. So I think this has had the most impact with our student learning. This has worked well for us. And then at the end, I just want to say that this year I told our teachers, one of the things that has made a huge difference is that I lead and you guys follow. And that's made a difference. And so I just wrote this. We've discovered that although the work and the change has been and is difficult, because that's every day, every day, every day. It's like, how can we improve? I tell them trusting the process has made all the difference. So that is it for us, for me. I don't know if you have any questions.
Becca, would you like to?
Yes, well, I want to say my personal experience. Ms. Garcia was the assistant principal when I was at Sam Houston, and she brought over, I think I've mentioned it before, but that's always stuck with me. She brought over Dr. Maggie back, I don't know, like 2007, 2008, and it was all phonics and nursery rhymes, and she just brought to us what helped the kids read. And I remember being so thankful because it was my first year teaching, and I just felt very empowered. And I like the way you said teacher autonomy, that you are allowed to, be creative and do what you think works for your classroom, because the teachers know the kids. And I really appreciate that you're there and you're providing what's needed. I wanted to ask you, because of course we don't know about Blue Bonnet, and I hear everybody saying internalization and you internalize. What does that mean, that teachers internalize a lesson?
So basically, Blue Bonnet provides a script for our teachers, all the materials they'll need, exactly what components are in there, and it'll say like fluency, for example. Every grade level has a different fluency because obviously it's either addition, subtraction, multiplication, and it gives them like 6 minutes, but it'll tell them. Now, the internalization part comes in, again, where they have autonomy to decide, how am I going to deliver this? So yes, while they're being told what to say or what to teach, they're also allowed to decide. So the internalization part is a lot of meeting and planning on how are we going to deliver this instruction.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Hopefully the principals, I know that they probably do a lot of the same stuff, but hopefully it helped to just to hear what you do. So thank you, appreciate it. It's a lot of work.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
I
That's
love
really good.
talking curriculum.
Oh, great job, ma'am. You know, and one of the last comments you made was about trusting the process, and it sounds like, you know, you have your team on board, and you know, the cohesiveness and what you're doing there is great. You know, I see a lot of students throughout the day, you know, at my office, and you know, and a lot of praise coming from your campus, and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
And if I may add real quick, you said autonomy. I had never thought, I mean, I knew about it, but the vertical alignment of working with other teachers, because usually we do it horizontally amongst the grade level, but when you're able to talk, if you're a first grade teacher and you're able to talk to second and kinder, I don't know if a lot of schools do that. I've never really seen it happen, so to see it that you're doing it there, I mean, I'm sure it makes a difference, so good job. I like that idea.
And Consuelo?
Yeah, I was curious about your the resources that parents use. Do you have a way of figuring out how many hits you're getting on that?
Gosh.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I would have to get with technology. But
Like, I wonder if how they're utilizing that, and if, you know, like, how many, a percentage of what.
Is it shared through Class Dojo or something with the parents?
It was, yes, it's a Google site that Mrs. Cerda created, and so then we shared it through Dojo with our parents, and now it's on our website. So you can just, anybody can go onto our school website and actually access those homework videos.
Okay.
Thank you, and like everyone has shared the appreciation for the work that you're doing, and keep up the good work. You know, I know it's not easy, and the challenges are there, but you've done what you have to do, and sharing with everyone is very much appreciated. So
you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
The Blue Bonnet adoption, Dr. Rivera?
Yes, last month you also mentioned Blue Bonnet, so Mr. Garnick is going to explain.
Hi, good evening, Dr. Rivera, board members. This is a tough act to follow, but I'm going to go in, and she already talked a little bit about Blue Bonnet. This is more about where it came from and kind of where we're going. One of the things is why Blue Bonnet, and you may recognize this graph, you've seen these at LSG presentations, is we have not had optimal results with our mathematics in past years. This is not a unique thing to Wesco. This is, Region 1 has noticed that the early childhood math, it's been a challenge. So Blue Bonnet, one of the reasons we consider Blue Bonnet is because of these challenges. If you look here, this is as a district the past 8 years as far as getting students to be at the meets grade level, which means they're on grade level in their math. We've pretty much waffled up and down around 40 to 50%. It averages about 42% over the last 8 years, which means we have about 60% of our kids who are not on grade level in math. You know, and you'll hear it every fall with teachers, oh, these students are coming in behind. And so we have to do a lot of makeup work because of that. How does that roll on down? When they get to high school, the students have to take their TSI, and in this case, this is just TSI math, and you can see how we're doing at getting students to pass that. We've got some work there. This is not on the high schools, this is on the culmination of our program as it rolls forward. Are the kids ready to do that so they can be ready for college? So these are numbers just looking back. Why Blue Bonnet in the first place? What did Blue Bonnet bring to us? First of all is the TEKS alignment. That's important, and the whole curriculum is aligned. Filling in gaps from year to year, a focus on conceptual learning, not just how do we get past the multiple choice, the test, but actually learning the concepts. High standards for everyone. Uniform language and communication style. And as I go to different campuses, you can hear it. You hear kids who are in first grade already using that language. When you hear a second grader talking about an algorithm, hey, something's going on. Horizontal and vertical alignment. It's a challenge to get it at a campus, but I've noticed with Bluebonnet now you can go from campus to campus and you can see that alignment both vertically and horizontally. Resource playing field, everybody has the full set of resources, manipulatives, the workbooks to support it, access to the electronic books if they need them. So the resources are leveled across the district, and it's a uniform across the district. All the students in a grade level are getting taught the same thing at the same time. You know, it may waffle by a day or so here and there. You know, one teacher slightly ahead or slightly behind, but it's very close across the entire district. And if you look to the right there, you've got the lesson cycle, K through 5, and how it resembles the old I do, we do, you do. It's the same thing. That's the same lesson cycle that everybody's following right now with the Bluebonnet. In the long run, we're looking to this to benefit our TSI and our ACT on the math side for readiness when they get to high school. This is our first year, so we've got some more work to do. This is the timeline for how we got here. With Bluebonnet, I'm not going to say it's not, it is a lot of work. I mentioned internalization earlier. That's a challenge for teachers to do. It does take a lot of work to internalize those lessons day in and day out. We started back in May of 24 with the LASSO Cycle 2 grant for planning. That process was led by Dr. Casey Juarez and Ms. Nora Lopez. They're the right and left hand for math across the district. With RB's training, research-based instructional strategies that August across the district. Then they worked last fall to develop a instructional framework, which came to the board in January for math, and then we moved into the Bluebonnet after that. We applied for and we did receive the grant. Some campuses began as early as May, the rest began over the summer, and you can see here, this is the training that went on in the summer. There was as far as a curriculum adoption, in all my time in WSD, never seen this level of curriculum training and support for an adoption even before we rolled it out. Training coaches, training administrators, and then with the teachers with the product academies and their internalization days. That rolls all the way up to where we are now in November. And going further, we will continue with the support for internalization all through second semester. We're in the process of working on a LASSO Cycle 4 to get more support into next year for Bluebonnet, as well as we're looking at the State Board of Education's meeting this week, and if they approve the curriculums for geometry and algebra 2. Right now we're K through 8 with 8th grade algebra, and we'll see what we do as far as high school once the State Board finishes reviewing those curriculum materials. Support for the adoption at the elementaries right now through Region 1 and through the LASSO Cycle 3 grant. The elementaries, first semester, getting 53 days of a person from Region 1 supporting them in some way. Second semester, they'll have 51 days. A little less. The reason there's less days at secondaries, there's less teachers at secondary. It takes a lot more days to get to all the teachers in elementary. The support includes product academies, which the teachers got 2 days of product academies. Internalizations every 6 weeks. Product observations, there's 2 of those each semester, where Region 1 walks through with the coaches through all of the classrooms on the campus and gives feedback. And then there's learning walks with the principals for them to also walk through and give feedback. And there's 1 of those each semester. So there's a lot of hands-on, on-the-ground support for the adoption. I just put a couple pictures in, but across the district, there's wonderful things happening with kids. The picture on the left, I shared it just because it was just so nice to see. The students were working both with modeling a problem as well as doing the standard algorithm to go with that. It was just good to see. And then there's this picture on the right. It's hard to tell what you can really see there, but what it is, you have 3 fifth graders solving a problem 3 different ways. You know, they chose how they, you know, after they'd gone through the lesson, how they were going to go up there and solve it. And it's just good to see students understanding the concept, having some choice, and then applying it. So that's just a little bit about where we are right now and kind of where we're going. Once again, it is a lot of work, and I applaud the teachers, the instructional coaches, the principals, everybody involved in that process, because it is, you know, it's the first year, and anything new, it does take a lot of work. So that concludes my presentation. If there are any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Garlic. I'll open it up for discussion. Mrs. Saita?
Okay, first. So I talked to teachers, of course, how's it going in your classroom? How are you feeling? Of course, a little shaky. But my question, and you mentioned this, every teacher all across the district is teaching the same thing. All the kids are getting the same information. So if a teacher is out, let's say for, I don't know, personal day or training, the curriculum doesn't say, okay, we're going to stop here, pause, and go to the, it's a lesson day by day by day. What happens?
Okay, the way it works, the campuses have some freedom for a little bit of how they want to work that. I know some campuses, the instructional coach will actually go in, help give the lesson. You can't do that for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The way Bluebonnet keeps track of pacing is, as long as they're within 5 days plus or minus for where they're supposed to be in the scope and sequence, they're still on track. So if you're out for a day, it's okay. You're not too far behind to make. If for some reason you fall behind, a class falls behind quite a bit, they can compress the lessons together to make up that.
Okay. And they did tell me that it spirals. Like 1 week, either it's this, and you're going to get back to it a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, it's in the previous curriculum. If I'm going to teach you to add and subtract fractions, I'm going to teach that, I'm going to teach that, I'm going to teach that. Everybody's got it. Okay, fine, we're going to move on. And then about March, I'm going to go back and review it because kids forgot it.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you teach it. Okay, got it almost? No problem. We'll go on, then we'll spiral back and we'll hit it again. We'll go on, we'll spiral back and hit it again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that across the curriculum. So you can see it in the different stages, different parts.
Mm-hmm. So Ms. Garcia mentioned autonomy, how teachers, it depends on every school and every principal and the teacher. Now, some people have told me that other districts use this curriculum like supplemental. It's not the whole, with fidelity, they don't use it with fidelity, 100% math, Bluebonnet. Are we doing 100% fidelity Bluebonnet, or is it supplemental?
It is our tier 1 instruction. We are working as hard as we can to make it with fidelity, because if I go through and pick and choose,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like if you go to cook a recipe for Thanksgiving. Well, I'm going to leave 1 or 2 things out. It doesn't, the product you get is not the same. We want the students to get exposed to the full breadth of the curriculum and the TEKS, because, and I don't have this slide in here, but if you track a student who's now either in 9th grade or 8th grade taking Algebra 1, you can track those TEKS all the way back to 2nd grade that they had, or 1st grade that they had to have to build up to that.
Mm-hmm.
And if this teacher puts more emphasis on this one puts less on that, when at some point in time it all comes together, are all the students going to be ready? The goal is to have all of the students exposed to all the curriculum so we can have that process built for everyone.
Okay. And my last question, because I'm Googling who made Bluebonnet, who wrote this curriculum, where does it come from? It's a long thing to read through online. But some people have told me that districts who adopt the curriculum, do we get some funding back from the state for this?
Okay, our adoption right now is the LASSO Cycle 3 grant is funding all of this extra training, everything. Call it rounded off to about $600,000 worth of training and support from Region 1.
Mm.
The other half of the grant, that goes into materials. When we pull all of the teachers out for internalization training each 6 weeks, that pays substitutes. At the elementary, you're talking about, including special education, about 250 teachers. And at the secondary, you're talking about at middle school, about 50-ish, roundish teachers. So about 300 teachers every 6 weeks going through this. And so that helps cover all of the substitutes also.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Those are my questions.
Thank you.
Dr. Rodriguez?
In regards to resources, I know Mrs. Garcia mentioned placing a link on her website for Blue Bonnet. Is that something that, as a district, do we have that on the district website also, or is that up to the campus?
We've shared all of the resources have been shared to all the campuses. There's a series of videos for the lessons. There's the all of the books which the students have are also available online. So they have all of those resources.
Okay, they have everything they need there. Okay, thank you.
And then they have the hard copy and the manipulative kit also.
My daughter's teacher in second grade, I know he sends through Class Dojo the videos for parents who, I mean, the teachers are doing a pretty good job of sharing with the parents, the lessons. And like Ben mentioned last time, first grader, kinder homework was kind of hard for him because it's very fundamental math, which it's not as easy as it sounds. But if the parents do need help, it would be a good idea to put it on the website if they aren't getting it in Class Dojo. Anyway, thank you.
Cosella?
Well, yes, change is tough.
Yes, it is.
I've been through that throughout my career. But I like what you said. We're in it 100%. We're all in. I think that's the best way to go about it. I like the vertical alignment that we have. Is it too early to tell whether we're filling the gaps? I know we're 6 weeks in, but the monitoring is important.
We're going to have
Feedback
our first
is
set of
important.
benchmarks.
We just finished.
In December, we're going to look at them. I worry about, in your education class, they call it the implementation dip. But, I was at training last week at Region 1. I happened to bump into Chris Valdez from Mission. She talked about how their scores on STAR, the approaches was level, but internally their meet scores went up. So on their first year, and after that, it's, everything, we can hope even for more in the future. So we'll get a feedback from our benchmarks, but it's one semester in. I'm not going to draw too many conclusions, but I'll be real happy to see if students are holding their own and if the needs goes up.
Well, and filling in the gaps, because that's like your second bullet on that presentation is filling the gaps from the previous years. So it'd be interesting to see if there are some gains.
Oh yeah, and the gaps from previous years. The kids who go into next year, when their teachers have them, they've already got the cycle down, they've already got the language, they know the expectations. It's only going to get better.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think, but again, all the support that the teachers need, you guys going out to the campuses and monitoring and helping the instructional leaders at each campus, I think it's important. Of course, listen to the feedback and see what data tells us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. And I agree with that. I like the word commitment, and with that commitment, we're all going to be on board. And the biggest way to keep that commitment going in the right direction is to always be there to reinforce the support that is required, because anything new takes the continued work that you're talking about, Mr. Garlick, and I hear a lot of things, but being supportive and trying to be positive with things says, hey, just stay the course. It'll work out, but you got to really stay focused on the things that you can control. And once you do that and get a little comfortable, then you can build on that and then move forward. But it's not going to happen without this support, and we're here to help every way possible. Dr. Rivera will let us know if we need this, and go for it. Because I'm one of those kind of guys. Even when we get something new, you get it, you open it, you start working with it, and then you say, oh, where are the instructions? Those instructions, without those instructions, you're not going to, we didn't have this or we didn't have that. And I think a little bit of that is taking place. I could be wrong, but when you do something new, there's always those little things to iron out. But like I mentioned before, be good listeners and work and like Dr. Ramos says, when halftime comes around, look at where you're at, look at your adjustments, and then move forward.
Thanks, sir. There's hard work going, and we will continue.
And Coach, if I may add, I just want to give a little shout out to Sam Houston today, because I was impressed. You're thinking out of the box and trying to find solutions. I got a message saying from my daughter's teacher, we're going to break up in groups, like group A, group B, and help the kids who need that extra support. So let's say that they were like team teaching, right? This classroom and this classroom, I guess this is the way it's gonna work. I don't know, thinking out of the box and being creative. Gather the kids who need this help and then the other kids, and I don't know how it's gonna work, but I think it's a great idea. Just go out there and you do what you have to do, be creative, think outside of the box, and be that trailblazer just because no one else is doing it. Well, it doesn't matter. Like, you guys do whatever you think you need to do to get those kids to pass. I know you have all the board support for anything you need to help the kids. So I was just really impressed with that today. I thought that was a great idea, and I can't wait to see how that works out. And then you can come give us feedback later on at another board meeting how it worked out. But thank you for taking that into account with the kids. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one is the presentation by Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott, Delinquent Tax Attorneys Firm, of the Delinquent Tax Collection Activity Report for the period from July the 1st of 2024 through June 30th of 2025. Dr. Rivera.
Good evening, Dr. Rivera and honorable members of the board. For the record, my name is Iram Gutierrez, partner with Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott, your delinquent tax collection firm. I'm here to present you with your fiscal 24-25 delinquent tax collection report, that being the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. The tax collection program for Weslaco ISD is designed with working with your taxpayers to help them resolve their delinquent tax problem. To that end, our local bilingual call center has made over 11,300 contacts with delinquent taxpayers at Weslaco ISD. We have also mailed over 3,600 notices of delinquency. And when those letters come back undeliverable, we do address research, and we send letters. During this period, we've done 966 address updates. When the calls and the letters don't result in payment, we also visit taxpayers at their property or business. During this period, we've conducted over 300 field inspections. Once we contact the taxpayers, they're not always able to pay in full. So we do enter into payment agreements with taxpayers. During this period, we've entered into 88 formal payment agreements involving over $202,000 in base tax owed to Weslaco ISD. When the calls, the letters, the property inspections don't result in any payment or any activity, we will proceed to litigation. During this period, we filed 161 new petitions or interventions involving over $1,552,000 in base tax to Weslaco ISD. Another tool that we have for collections is tax warrants on businesses. As you might understand, with businesses, property can disappear quickly, so it's very imperative that we act quickly. So we have a tool, it's called a tax warrant. During this period, we've filed 3 tax warrants involving over $4,200 in base tax owed to Weslaco ISD. We also represent you in federal court, mainly for bankruptcies. During this period, I filed 3 claims on your behalf involving over $776,000 in base tax owed to the district. Once we take a judgment, we still try to work with your taxpayer, try to see if they're still willing or wanting to save their property. During this period, we did put up 14 properties up for tax sale. Out of those 14 properties, 9 properties resulted in either payment in full or payment agreements involving over $57,000. 1 property was struck off to the taxing entities, and 4 properties were sold, bringing in over $31,000 to the school district. When a property gets struck off to the taxing entities, the next step is to put it up for resale. During this period, we put up 3 properties up for resale, the 3 sold, bringing in over $26,000 to the school district. And of course, the total collected was $115,000. And of course, all of these efforts are geared for one goal, and that is to collect your delinquent taxes. And I'm very happy to tell you that during this period, we were able to collect over $1,570,000. I do want to bring it to your attention, refunds. There's been a substantial increase in refunds during this period. $859,000 were refunded to taxpayers. The next page shows a comparison between this fiscal year and the previous fiscal year. On the right is 24-20-25. As you can see, a collection rate of 34.89% compared to last year, 34.78%. But I want to point out the refunds as well. This year, $859,000, which is a substantial increase over last year of $307,000. What's causing this increase in refunds? Well, one of the big factors is homesteads. People filing late homesteads. Before, the homestead exemption was $40,000. Now it's $100,000. So taxpayers that are getting refunds, it's a substantial higher amount. The other thing is that there's a lot more people filing lawsuits against the appraisal districts on their property values. And when they're successful and they get a reduction in their value, they get a refund. They might have paid in time, but now they're getting a refund for that extra payment that they made. Another service that we provide to the school district is property value audits. This service ensures that the school district is getting all the state funding that it deserves. During this period, we filed 4 audits for the 2020 tax year, 2021, and 2022, and 2023. This page shows the results of those audits. For the 22 tax year, the TA accepted our findings, and you received an additional $1,037,000 in state funding. For the 2020 tax year, TA accepted our findings, and you received an additional $320,000 in state funding. For the audit for 2023, that is still being reviewed by TEA, so we don't have the results for that. For the 2021 tax year, we're still reviewing it internally. And that concludes my presentation to you, and open it up for any questions you might have.
You mentioned because of the proposition that just passed, the homestead exemption, it went from 100 to 140,000. That is already reflected in what people owe, or is it till next year, or how does that work?
Well, it's going to be for this year, 2025
okay.
taxes that we're going to be paying. So instead of getting a $100,000 property exemption, you're going to get a $140,000 property exemption.
Good for the homeowner, but for the district, that means less money coming
less
to the
revenue,
schools.
and I would expect that people that are filing late homestead exemptions, because you can file a homestead exemption today, but and you can go back 2 years as well. So if you paid your taxes for the last couple of years and you paid based on a $40,000 homestead exemption, for example, well, you're gonna or no, never mind. You didn't get a homestead exemption at all, and now you're getting $140,000 homestead exemption. You're going to get a refund. So I think we're going to see a jump on people getting homestead refunds.
So how will that affect the school district?
Well, the state is supposed to make up the loss, so you'll be getting less local value, local tax base, but the state should be making up the loss that you're having.
Well, that's good. I didn't know that. Okay.
Is that dollar for dollar?
That's my understanding. I don't, that's a little complex, but you should be made whole. That is the understanding.
Rosetta? Yeah. Thank you for the info, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and have a good evening.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Your staff is here?
Oh, yes. Here with me is Joel Quintanilla, my partner Janelle Caso, and Romeo Cantu, who is in charge of our tax sales.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rivera.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir. And now for the comprehensive bond project status, Dr. Rivera.
Yes. Mr. Marco,
Coach Cuellar, members of the board, Dr. Rivera, good evening. We were posed a couple of questions for some updates on some bond projects to give you a status. So just bear with us. I know we do have roughly about 22 slides, but we promise we won't keep you here too long, and we'll open up for questions afterwards. What you see before you, it's comprehensive bond projects and the status where we're at. They're going to be categorized through roofs, HVAC, kitchen upgrades, and so forth. So they'll be clustered, so you'll see the different phases there. We do have the architect, the contractor, and a very rough estimate, because this doesn't include all the fees that we have, is roughly about $65 million into our $160 million budget. Again, that's a very rough estimate. So beginning with the first project that we have, roofing at Kleckler Held and Rico Elementary, you have the architect, Amtech, contractor, RGO Roofing. Right now, those were the exact questions we received, so we're just providing answers to them. So you have the official start date, March 25, projected end date, December 25. It's 98% on construction, still on the construction phase, and delays will be due to the weather and school activities. Next one, we have roofing for Big Garza Middle School. Again, start date, April 24, end date, January 27. 85 on the construction documents, so it's still in the design phase. Right now, any delays are due. This one we do have incomplete HVAC engineering design by Trinity MEP. Next one we have roofing, Margot Elementary, Mary Hogue Middle School, and Central Middle School. This is a part of a phase 2. Architect, Armco, contractor is pending. For Margot, official start date, that would be August 25 based on the architect's contract when it was executed. Projected end date, June 26. It's 100% complete on the documents. It's currently out for bids. It's in the bidding phase, and as of now, we don't have any delays. Next one, Mary Hogue Middle School. Again, follows the same one as Margot. With the exception of the end date, September 26. 100% documents completed. It's out for bids in the bidding phase. No delays. At Central Middle School, same thing, August 25th. Expected end date, November 26th. We're about 80% complete there with construction documents, and it's in the design phase, and we don't have any delays at this time. Building envelope for Sepulveda Gym. Architect, Rabakisner. Contractor is pending. Start date, April 2024. Projected end date, September 2027. It's roughly at 60% on construction documents. In the design phase, there is a delay due to engineering design. It's roughly 2 years behind schedule due to incomplete HVAC design by Trinity MEP. We go into the restrooms, student restrooms, Margot Elementary and B. Garza. Architect is Janak, contractor, Trigen Construction. Official start date, April 24, execution of architect's contract. Projected end date, December 26. Bids are completed. Contractor was recently approved. So again, it's just starting the construction phase. We don't have any delays. Student restrooms, this is a phase 2 project, Memorial Elementary and Northbridge Elementary. Architect Milnet, contractor pending. Official start date, June 25, architect's contract execution. Projected end date, June 2027. We're roughly 30% on the construction documents in the design phase. We don't have any delays at this time. Vestibules. We have Weslaco East High School and B. Garza. Architect, the Warren Group. Contractor, Rio United. B. Garza and Weslaco High both executed architect's contract May 2025. B. Garza, expected end date, January 25. 95% of construction. Delayed due to door manufacturing. That's caused some delays there. Weslaco East, the end date is April 2026. We're roughly about 20% in construction. And construction, this one was due to school activities. If you can see the entrance, we had to stop because there's a lot of activity. So we're going to resort back to that, and we're working closely with the principal, Dr. Gamboa, on this one. Vestibules continued. Airport Elementary School, Central Middle School. It's part of phase 2. Architect Sam Garcia. Contractor is pending. Official start date, May 25. It's Execution of engineering contract, projected end date is pending. 100% of the construction documents complete. This one, we did go through a rebidding process and due to cost. So this one is going out on that one, on the rebidding phase. Running track Mary Hogue, as you saw in Dr. Rivera's slide presentation. I'm going to go to the percentage completed, roughly about 15%. The construction phase and the delay was due to the poor soil conditions. And the highlight that Dr. Rivera pointed, if you want to reference that, the yellow part is what's going to be injected with the chemicals. That's for your reference. Engineers, Half Associates, and the contractors, Bainin. Tennis courts, Weslaco High School. Official start date, October 2025. Board approval of contractor rankings. Projected end date, April 2026. Current percentage, it's pending. Pre-construction phase, delayed due to rebid on cost and design. I'm sorry, a contractor is Hellas and engineer Half Associates. HVAC projects, B. Garza Middle School and Weslaco High School. Engineer, Trinity MEP. Contractor is pending. B. Garza. Official start date, March 24. Execution of the engineering contract. Projected end date, September 2026. 100% of the documents are complete. It's out to bids. It's in the bidding phase. Delay due to engineering design. It's a 1 year behind schedule. Weslaco High School, official start date, March 24. Execution of engineering contract. Projected end date, September 2027. We're roughly at 60% on construction documents, and it's in the design phase. And delay due to engineering design. It's 1.5 years behind schedule. HVAC upgrades for Dr. Armando Cuellar Middle School, engineer E3, contractor carrier. Official start date, January 2025. They received a notice to proceed to contractor. Projected end date, September 2026. Percentage is 25% on construction. It's currently in the construction phase. Delayed due to contractor, 11 months behind schedule. HVAC upgrades, Weslaco East, Central Middle School, and Mary Hogue Middle School. This is a phase 2 project. Engineer, DBR. Contractor is pending. Official start date, March 2025. That's when the execution of the engineering contract was issued. Projected end date is pending. Completed 100% of the construction documents. It's in the bidding process phase. We don't have any delays at this time. District-wide HVAC controls. Engineer is E3. Contractor is Automated Logic. Official start date, March 2025. They received the notice to proceed. Contractor. Projected end date, March 2026. 85% on construction. It's on the construction phase, and it's currently on schedule. Fire alarm upgrades, Mario Barra Elementary School, Weslaco East High School. Engineer is Ethos. Contractor, Visceral Illumination. Mario Barra. Official start date, January 2025. They received the notice to proceed, the contractor. Projected end date, that's complete. It's construction, 100% on construction phase, and none. Excuse me, I went down. Weslaco East, January 2025. Projected end date, April 2026. We're 40% on the construction. It's in the construction phase. Delays due to scheduling after work hours due to school activities. Fire alarm system upgrades, Mario Elementary School and Central Middle School. This is a phase 2 project. Engineer is Ethos. Contractor is pending. For both of them, official start date, March 2025. Execution of engineer's contract. It's pending. We're 100% complete on the documents. It's currently in the bidding phase. We do not have any delays. Lighting upgrades, Susan M. Peterson Performing Arts Center. Engineer Sigma HN. Contractor Zitro Electric. Official start date, notice to proceed on February 2025 to the contractor. It's complete, 100% on construction. It's currently in the punch list phase. Delay due to material deliveries. Demolition of old gym at Central Middle School. Architect, The Warren Group. Contractor, RL Abatement. Official start date, August 2025. Contractor received the notice to proceed. Projected end date, February 2026. It's currently at 15% on construction, in the construction phase, and the delay has been due to asbestos abatement requirement. Baseball and softball field scoreboards, Weslaco East High School and Weslaco East High School. Engineer Rava Kishner, contractor A1 Skylight Signs. Official start date for both of them, August 2025. Notice to proceed to the contractor. Projected end date, December 2025. It's currently 90% of construction. In the construction phase, delays were due to availability of materials. The new Pete Abrego Ag Facility Project, the Career Technology Education, engineer Janak, contractor is pending. For both high schools, we have October 2024, execution of architect's contract, projected completion date. We're hoping for December 2026, but we're looking at January 2027. We're 100% of the construction documents completed. It's in the bidding process. We don't have any delays at this time. Kitchen remodeling project, Kleckler Hill Elementary School, Rico Elementary School Phase 2, architect Rofa, contractor is pending. Official start date, these are all pending. Delay has been to the architectural firm reorganization. There's some shift going on right now. Drainage improvement project, Memorial Elementary School and CTA Complex. This is a Phase 2 project. Engineer SWG, contractor is pending. Official start date, June 2025. Projected end date, June 2026. We're about 98% of the construction documents. It's currently in the design phase, and delay has been due to coordination with Carrier, the contractor, on HVAC project at Memorial. So needs some coordination, needs to take place there. Running track resurfacing, Weslaco East High School Phase 2. Official start date, June 25. The project end date has been completed. 100% has been completed on the construction. Currently in the punch list phase. The delay was due to contractor and ADA requirements. And that is the last of the comprehensive bond projects on the status. Anyone has any questions?
That's an awful lot there.
It's an awful lot.
Been
active, been busy.
So when I first saw this, I understand where it says a percentage complete on construction. But when you talk about construction documents, what exactly does that refer to that you're not 100% on construction documents?
Good evening, members of the board and Dr. Rivera. So we have, we can't break down a typical project into two phases, which is the design by either an engineer, an architect, and the construction phase. And then in between, you can add the bidding phase as well. For quite a few of these projects, we're still in the design phase, and that's where the construction documents come in. So they're designing the construction documents, so they're trying to get them ready for us to go out to bid, and then get into a contract with a contractor to start the construction.
I noticed some of them have the percentage completion on the construction documents is not very good, and they started a while back. That's concerning because shouldn't they already have moved on it with just the construction documents? What is going on with them, or why are we not putting more pressure, or what's going on?
We are constantly communicating with them and sending them emails. Unfortunately, we don't get the response that we want, and really it's on the engineer, on the engineer side as far as their scheduling and what they're doing. But the expectation is that we should have these documents a lot faster and a lot sooner than we anticipated. Yes.
I know that we hear it from the community as board members. Well, it's taking a long time, and of course things take time. But even me, when I'm looking at this, I'm saying, this is taking a long time. For example, I just wrote it down. The ag farm at October 2024 is when I guess we approved it, and right now we're in November 2025, a year later, and we're barely on the construction documents still. Is that correct?
No, so the construction documents are complete. So
okay, 100% on the construction.
And that is not, I guess, considering the projects that we're doing right now, that is not a typical project because it's a full construction project of an entire new facility. So the architect has to coordinate with all the disciplines: civil engineering, structural engineering, electrical, MEP, mechanical, and so forth. That takes, so they did tell us ahead of time, it's going to take us a good 8 to 10 months or so to design it alone.
Okay.
Because of all that coordination take place. We also had meetings with the city of Weslaco for guidance to see what were the requirements, if there's anything that the engineer or the architect had to incorporate into the design as well.
Okay.
So it should be complete by next January.
That is correct.
January 2026?
December, January,
2027.
27.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know since we got on the board in 2020, we've been after it. It's 5 years later, but I get it. We're getting there, and the bond really helped out. Another question, and I know we had a meeting about this before. We talked about it, about HVAC and carrier. A lot of the projects are being delayed because of that issue. I don't know. We need to do something. We talked about it.
I sent the update.
Did you?
On those two projects.
Okay.
With carrier, yes.
With carrier, yeah. I know that we were talking to the lawyer. You had said in the past workshop, but it's concerning to me that it's taking this long, about a year and a half later, and we're still struggling with this. So yeah, let's just look into that again. Last thing that I wrote down, Weslaco East. I know you said the vestibules, and I go there almost every day. The vestibules haven't been done because of the events or kids coming in and out. And there was another project you mentioned that Weslaco East because of after school. Are we coordinating well to just have the kids use something else temporarily, like we got to get this done, or can we just coordinate?
Yes. Yeah,
better with that?
we've been working with Dr. Ball on this, and we're very careful.
That's the main entrance, Dr. Gamboa, right?
It's the main entrance.
And it's, it's very hard to direct traffic.
And I know Mother said you have the buses, right, and the kids park on that entrance. So do you have a plan of what we're gonna do there?
We communicated in the event that we do have to shut down the entire main entrance, is to have some alternate routes, whether it's through the athletic area or through the north side and the east side of the building. So like the plan is there, but right now it's been working fine. They did create a little tunnel where the kids can go under, so far it's been working as.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so the contractor, we're working with contractor as well to, again, safety is the priority at the main entrance there. And so the contractor is making provisions to make sure it's safe and that they can continue working at a slower pace, but still move forward. And then during the Thanksgiving, they're gonna hit it pretty hard to try to make progress.
All right, thank you so much. Those are my questions.
I did want to add, aside from the meetings that Mr. Medico just asked, that they're meeting with them on their weekly, we also schedule meetings with administration and Dr. Rivera, with the engineers.
Okay.
Anything with delays that are concerns, we schedule meetings with them, and we follow up, see where we're at.
Yeah, and I picked up on a little pattern. I mean, I don't know who these engineers, architects are, but you can see the ones that are getting, that are on time or getting things done. And you can see on the other side the ones that are a little delayed. So let's just keep that in mind for the future of the, how they work with timelines. That's really important. But okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Dr. Rivera?
I'm good, Coach. Thank you for the update. Thank you.
Josela?
Yeah, a lot of information. Now, let me get that right. 160 million was the bond, and
That's
we've
right.
used 65 mil?
That's a rough estimate right now. It's roughly about 65 million with these projects that are active right now.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure maybe in December, when we meet again, I'm sure some of these questions may come up again, or we may have to revisit that if need be. Because I know we're missing some board members, so maybe possibly if there's any other questions, we can revisit some of these. Not all of it, please. No, it's all good information, but I also, like Jackie said, I look at start dates and I see 2024, and here we are 2025, and I see 60% or 40% complete on the documentation, and I'm like, I kind of have the same feeling, like, are we on them? Yes?
Yes.
I'm sure we are. And just lastly, I want to talk about the drainage at Memorial. Is that the drainage that we've had trouble with since a few years back?
Yes, so it is a drainage in the playground area.
Yes,
And
that
that's
is.
concerning because of the kiddos,
Right.
Especially when we have water that's in there. It doesn't flow out. It's just,
Right.
it just gets detained there until it
Yeah,
evaporates.
I was there
Yes.
early in the year. I guess it was one of the schools that I visited when we were invited by Mr. Nieto, and I noticed there was a big old puddle of
Right.
water out there. It was more than a puddle, but, and I brought that up. So this is it?
This is it. We're addressing that and we're
So
taking care
you're
of it.
addressing that?
Yes.
Okay, and then the last thing I missed, unless I missed it, I know you mentioned the demolition of the gym at Central. Is there anything about the demolition at the swimming pool at Wesco High? Because that's been out there. That's been a problem forever and ever. And I know when I was there, it had a lot of stagnant water. And even though we don't get rain, or, we may not get rain for a few months, but the water, it's really bad.
So
I don't know.
On those, Coach, we do have several local non-bond projects that are currently in play as well. The request was for the bond, so we didn't prepare that, but we can provide a board update or a presentation in December if you like.
Yeah, that came up a year ago, and that's right. I remember now. It was a non-bond.
That's correct.
Project. Okay, I got you. Okay, just maybe revisit and see where we're at on that, because
Yes.
Spring sports are coming up. Tennis is ongoing throughout the year. Of course, the courts aren't ready, so they won't be out there, but baseball will, and off-season football will always uses that area, so.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank
Coach,
you.
Just to add a little bit about what just to keep people informed, I remember when we first went out for the bond and we were asking people to come and comment, and we had a couple of meetings preparing for the bond election. And we had a couple of people here saying, we want to know what you're doing with the money. We want to know the progress. I know it's hard to keep alive on the website, alive like a Excel sheet or whatever, something to show the public. But for example, your presentation right here, and it's the presentation of this and Purdue and Ms. Garcia, the Blue Bonnet adoption, all that we get on our board book, that we look at the PDFs. I would like to have this on the website on our board book so people can say, you know what, I want to know what phase are we at. Because sometimes I get the phone calls a couple of days later after the meeting and I'm like, I forgot, I don't know, let me look at. So the point of board book when I brought it to the board was, let's give this information to the public where they can just click on it for the people who want to know, instead of calling us and saying, hey, what about this, what about that? The information is there. What about the bond? What phase? When are you going to be done? It's all online, or it should be online. But right now I checked on my phone to see, let me see if they have the presentations on board book, and I don't see them as a link where people can say, let me click on the presentation, the PDF with all the presentation to see what they talked about, because I missed the board meeting, or I don't know the board members' numbers, so let me, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
can we
these-
have this?
These can be done.
Yeah, can we have that
Yes.
on
We'll do it-
on board book?
We'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, they're very
On all
informative.
presentations,
Yeah.
we'll do that.
That'll help a lot. I know some people do look at that, and it would help just to, even for us to go back and say, wait, well, what did we talk about? So if that would be really good. I appreciate that, Dr. Rivera.
Okay, and then on the pool, because you brought up a very good point too. Is that thing non-functional at all? It doesn't serve any purpose right now?
No.
But it collects water whenever we do get rains and whatnot?
There's water out there.
Would it be a problem just to fill it for the time being, just so that we don't have to worry about anything and the possible safety of somebody might be jumping in or whatever?
That would be
Or would
a
that be a
full-on
problem?
project that we'd have to take on, but yeah.
Let's discuss that tomorrow. It can be done, yes.
Just to have one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, it should be demolished.
Yes.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Hey, guys, stay on top of it. You know that. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Good presentations, guys.
Oh, very good. Very good.
A lot of work put into it right now. Thank you.
Item 10, consent agenda, or consent items. Do we need time to go through these, or do you pretty much have anything that you want to? Okay, Jackie, do you want to pull anything?
No.
Okay, Dr. Rodriguez?
No, sir.
Cosella?
No, sir.
None? With that said, let's take it to a vote.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to approve the consent
Okay, Jackie?
agenda.
And a second by?
Myself.
By Dr. Rodriguez. And do we have any discussion? Okay, let's take it to a vote. All those that approve, say aye.
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 Any opposition? Nay?
Just
Motion-
a question.
motion
I did
passes.
have a question, but I'm not
Motion
not
passes,
approving it.
but
Motion
anyway.
passes.
Okay.
My only question, I didn't want to pull it, but it's just a question on one of the items, which was something for CTE to approve where is it? Something. It's some curriculum for CTE, approval to purchase the renewal of online instructional resource for career and technical education. I did open it and I saw bundle for 25 kids. Is it a bundle just for 25 kids, or it's for all of them? Okay, when I saw that and I saw the price, I said 25 kids only, but maybe it was just that's not what it meant. It's a 25 bundle.
So
Yeah, you can come up here since you're the.
Okay.
Good evening, board members. Dr. Rivera. So ICVE is the equivalent of what TEAC's resource system is to the core content area. Okay, it's going to be a platform online that addresses a number of programs of study. So it provides curriculum for them. It's very thorough, and it has lesson plans, vocabulary, hands-on activities. So it does all the stuff that you would see on TEAC's resource system for math, science, social studies, reading. But it is one of a number of vendors. The difference about it, though, is that it encompasses so many different programs of study. So we've looked at others, but the reason why this is being brought before you is because we want to provide an assessment piece that was not on there before that will help teachers to get on the teacher incentive allotment. So this is going to provide that piece for them, because if you will imagine 30 plus programs of study, it's nearly impossible to have the expertise to create the welding assessments, the health science assessments, the photography assessments, the architecture assessments. So this is going to provide one location for them and an option for them, when it comes to the curriculum aspect of it. But the assessments was a really critical component in us moving forward with getting the CTE instructors on TIA.
So we'll use this for measurement for the teachers, for TIA?
Yes,
Okay.
and they're very, very eager to get their hands on it.
Awesome. Okay, that's good news. Well, thank you so much. That
Yes,
was my
ma'am.
question. I saw 25 kids. I said, wait a minute, but no, it's for all the kids.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Gomes.
We now will go to,
We voted.
yes,
We voted.
we voted.
It was just a question
and-
after.
And it passed, everyone. Okay. The discussion items, item 11. Update on trainings, conference, events, and consider future agenda item request by the Board of Trustees. Dr. Rivera?
Yes, there are two items. There's a level 3 on Wednesday, December the 3rd. I think Ms. Yvette has sent you emails and texts. And then number 2, there's a Christmas social. Christmas already, right around the corner, on December the 17th in the boardroom. December 3rd and December 17th.
Thank you, Dr. Rivera. Item 12, discussion and possible action items. 12A, 1, discussion and possible action for the Board of Trustees to cast 56 votes in the election for the Appraisal District Board of Directors of the Hidalgo County Appraisal District, HCAD, for election 2026, 2029, and approval of resolution for the cast votes. Dr. Rivera?
Yes. The board has 56 votes.
56 votes.
And there's 4 individuals, Richard Garza, George Martinez, David Moreno, and Joe Olivares. So you can cast them any way you want to.
Do we have to do like together as a group or one by one?
A motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion because we've just always gone with him. He's from Weslaco for Mr. Joe Olivares.
For all
We have a motion
For all
for
56?
Mr. Joe Olivares, and do we have a second?
Second.
A second by Dr. Jaime Rodriguez. Do we have any discussion on this? Let's vote on it. All approve, say aye.
Aye.
And we have no opposition, so motion carries. Mr. Olivares will be our representative. We now go to item 12B. 1, discussion and possible action for the Board of Trustees to consider approval of a procurement method of construction for the facility improvements of the Fine Arts Programs Bond Phase 3 project at Beatriz G. Garza Middle School and Maryhill Middle School as follows. 1, approval of the competitive sealed bid proposal, CSP, method of construction for the projects, and 2, approval of the criteria and points to be used for ranking the proposals. Dr. Rivera?
On your backup, you have on 1, you have the competitive sealed proposals, and also you have the criteria to approve the criteria and points. Any discussion? Mr. Merrick was here. If you have any questions for him on 1. 1 and 2. Again, we recommend competitive seals.
I'll move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve,
The competitive sealed bid proposals for the method,
And criteria.
and
Accept.
yes, and then accept the criteria and points to be used for the ranking.
I'll second.
okay, we have the motion by Dr. Rodriguez and a second by Ms. Sustaita on the recommendation. Do we have any discussion?
Is
None?
there going to be similar projects for the other two middle schools? This one's for B. Garza and Mary Hope.
I'm sorry, Dr. Rodriguez, can you repeat the question?
Is there going to be similar projects for the other two middle schools?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're starting with these two that are that have been identified having the most need,
Okay.
and then we'll move on to the other
It's
two.
part of the bond election.
But
Yes.
is this part like the dance studios?
Yes.
This is part of that
Yeah,
project there?
it's gonna be expansion and or whatever the need is for the fine arts programs at the middle school.
And Mr. Fernandez has been involved in our discussions.
Okay.
So he's in agreement.
Okay. Thank you.
Do we have any further discussion? If not, take it to a vote. Those that approve, say aye.
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 Okay, motion carries. And we now go to item 12B2, discussing the possible action for the Board of Trustees to approve to hire a firm to provide architectural services for the facility improvements for the Fine Arts Programs Bond Phase 3 project at Beatriz G. Garza Middle School and Mary Ho Middle School, and to authorize the administration to negotiate and approve the contract. Dr. Rivera?
Yes, the ones with the most experience with this kind of work, you see in your backup, you got Janak, Rofa, and ERO. On the backup, you also have the list that the board approved, and then the projects they've done. So, just based on the work that's been done in the district, the ones that can do this kind of work, architects, you got Janak, Rofa, and ERO. Staff and I are recommending ERO.
Move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the ERO, Dr. Rodriguez,
I'll second.
and a second by Mrs. Sustaita. Any discussion? If not, let's take it to a vote. Those that approve say aye.
Aye.
None opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Item 13. Closed meeting pursuant to the Texas Government Code Section 551.071 and 551.074. 13A, Personnel Matters, Texas Government Code 551.074. 13A1, discussion regarding superintendent's recommendation of contracts for certified professionals, non-certified professionals, and non-contractual personnel. 13A2, discussion regarding resignations, retirements of certified professional, non-certified professional, and contractual personnel. 13B, consultation with attorney regarding 13B1, pending or contemplated litigation. 13B2, settlement offer, or 13B3, matter in which the duty of the attorney of the Weslaco Independent School District under the Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code 551.071, and 13B4, discussion and consideration regarding cause CL 24-2115J Megan Rios versus Weslaco Independent School District in the County Court at Law, number 10 of Hidalgo County, Texas. The time now is 7:46, and we will now go into closed session. The time now is 8:28, and we have reconvened in open meeting. Item 14A, possible action if necessary on the item discussed in closed meeting. 14B, discussion possible action regarding the superintendent's recommendation of contracts for certified professional, non-certified professional, and non-contractual professional. Dr. Rivera?
Recommend approval.
I'll make a sorry.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Staita and a
Second.
second by Dr. Rodriguez. Any discussion? Take it to a vote. All those that approve, say aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose? None. Motion carries. Item 14C, discussion and possible action regarding the resignations, retirements of certified professional, non-certified professional, and non-contractual professional.
Make a
Dr.
mo-
Rivera?
Recommend approval.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
motion to approve by Ms. Staita and a second by Dr. Rodriguez. Any discussion? Okay. Make a motion to approve. All those that approve, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, those that oppose, none. Motion carries. 14D, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding cause number CL-24-2115-J, Morgan Rios versus Weslaco Independent School District in the County Court of Law, number 10 of Hidalgo County, Texas. Dr. Rivera?
No action, as discussed in closed session.
Okay, we don't have any action on that, so we now go to item 15, adjournment.
So move.
Okay, the time now is 8:30, and this meeting is over.
Adjourned.